What's up, MPX addicts, and welcome to MPX Rehab. I'm your host, the hashtag certified mark, Jay Williams, here with my co-host, as always,
the voice of the MPX addicts, Kyle Smith.
And today,
Merry Christmas.
Happy New Year.
Wait, late?
A little bit late, just a little bit. But
Hanukkah?
that ended, I think, just last night.
Kwanzaa.
Maybe?
Ramadan?
I don't know.
Oh.
Either way, welcome to the final episode of MPX Rehab for 2022. Final.
Done.
For 2022.
No. Oh, okay.
Yeah. We have other stuff to do,
I didn't
man.
sign a contract, sir.
No, you didn't. Neither did I. And that's why this is all we're doing right now. But, and it has been a hell of a year at MPX for CMP. Everything. It's just been incredible and, somewhat heartbreaking, I'd have to say. What with everything changing for us just in the middle of the year. Not without warning, but almost.
Yeah. I mean, we had warning. It's still sad. Still miss Kirby, R.I.P.
Mm-hmm. He's not dead.
No, he is.
I'll prove it to you later.
Doubtful. Unless you got a Ouija board.
No.
Oh, okay.
But we ended the main story, I guess you could say, of Metroplex Wrestling with a very Mikey B Christmas this last Saturday, and it was a hell of a show. Actually,
yeah, it was great. Mikey did good.
Yeah,
did all right.
Yeah.
I mean, I still kind of personal to the emo. Loved the emo Christmas. Thought it was amazing.
There's nothing better than seeing 4 emo kids dancing to Mariah Carey. It's just so much fun.
The fact of knowing that Dave hated every second of it. That's what made it so great.
Yeah. We actually didn't have a pre-show match this last week because the whole thing was sponsored by Michael Dennis.
Yes.
So thank you very much, Michael Dennis, for that. That was really awesome of you, and it led to a really cool show.
Just curious how much Mikey paid him to do that, though.
I don't know. We'll see. Yeah. But we started off the night with a Wonder Slam match in which the leading man, Michael...
Winter Wonderland, Wonder Slam, yeah. There's a theme.
Okay, yeah. The leading man, Michael Schaefer, with Paulie and Sapo in tow.
Sapo's back.
I guess LP was taking the week off.
It's Christmas. Agents don't work on Christmas.
Taking on the Puerto Rican juggernaut, Angel Camacho. And this was interesting because a lot of the fans really didn't know who to cheer for at first. And then Schaefer opened his mouth and everybody knew to cheer for Camacho.
They knew immediately.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, I was happy that everyone really liked Sapo this time around.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's got to do with that sweater. It's the ugly Christmas sweater. It always wins.
Great. The T-Rex sweater was great.
I-Rex Christmas.
Yes, that was amazing. But yeah, this was definitely. This is a match we were kind of supposed to get in that 4-way that nobody was there for. And it ended up coming to Schaefer and Silver, which was a good match.
Oh yeah, no.
But I finally got big dumb men doing big dumb shit. It was great.
I want to tell Schaefer you said that. He's going to go
Schaefer's
right back.
Schaefer already yells at me, so what does it matter?
He's just going to go right back to calling you an asshole every time he comes to our corner.
He still does.
Really? He's
never stopped.
He's not that loud about it anymore.
Oh, he's pretty loud about it.
Okay. But this one was actually really, really awesome. And it was actually interesting the way it ended.
I loved it because they did exactly what 2 big men should have done, and that was match each other power for power. Neither one of them really left their feet. When they did, it was something really, big and powerful to do that. And it was great. And it's one of those where who is going to slam who? We haven't really seen either one of these men get slammed. So it was great. Yeah.
And with it ending with Michael Schaefer actually getting the win on this one. I mean, even with the distraction of the entourage happening towards the end of the match.
Yeah.
It's still Angel Camacho. That still is going to take a lot for Schaefer to be able to pull off. And he pulled it
back
off.
Is a little sore.
I'm pretty sure.
Schaefer's back's a little sore, and I'm sure Sapo and Paulie are a little sore because, Camacho slammed them pretty hard. So, but yeah, Schaefer getting the win are, Mr. MPX. So, was a Jupiter Film Award.
Jupiter Award winning.
There you go. That thing.
For Best Supporting Actor in Yellowstone.
Yes. Still have yet to watch Yellowstone.
Same here. Good. Yeah, I'll be honest. I haven't watched it either.
But yeah, it's great to see. One, it was kind of cool to see Angel be face. We've never really seen that before.
I know, right? I mean, it's like even as a face, he wasn't really a face.
No, but
it was just two big angry men going at each other.
Which again is, I think, why I liked it so much is neither one of them really did the whole face heel thing. They kind of did, but yeah, it was just two angry big men trying to beat the fuck out of each other. So
it was your favorite kind of match. It was a hoss fight.
It was a hoss fight, and it was big sweaty men slapping meat. So it was great. I can't believe that's the one thing that everyone got over, and it's like, really? I stole that from Big E, yet everyone just constantly wants me to say it.
Apparently, yeah.
It's great.
But then we had the second match, which was Levi Lucas, who we haven't seen at MPX in quite a while, taking on our own private investigator, Phil Noir.
Yeah, I missed... Okay, correct me if I'm wrong, because I swear he did. Didn't he come out with a flask and a shot glass and stuff like that before?
He did.
Like, he didn't this time, and I was kind of like, it's Christmas. Why are you not drinking?
True. He should have had an eggnog,
Something.
Yeah.
But no, in all honesty, this is probably one of the better matches I've seen Phil in. I was actually thoroughly impressed with it. And Levi, too. They both, I thought, did very well.
Yep.
Levi's one of those that when we've seen him, he's done well, and it's been good. But there's always kind of it's a lot like Chad. There's just little things here and there.
Yeah. And I think Levi's like his second year into the business.
I think so, something like that. And going in there against Phil, I'll be honest, when I saw the matchup, I was like, all right, cool, we'll see what happens. But it actually impressed me. Like they both did really well. I don't know.
Merry Christmas.
Yeah, Merry Christmas.
Liked the match.
Merry Christmas, Phil. You did good. You just didn't win. That's a great idea. Well, it's past Christmas. I guess save it for next year.
Yeah, well.
Yeah, it means you have to be a detective a whole nother year, though. So, you got to start solving some murders, asshole.
Something about finding Skip. Let's bring out all the tropes just to get that.
Skip's with Kirby. He's dead. They're in the underworld.
I know. Yeah, he got killed by Iron Belly.
Was that his actual last match?
Skip, as far as I know, yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Well, so we know the murderer. Why, Phil? You know the murderer.
But then we had a match of Jake Lindsay, Giant Jake Lindsay, the Judge Jake Lindsay.
I was going to say his name's not the Giant.
I'm sorry, I still loved that Giant Jake Lindsay when they used that with Out of Sync on another show. I was just like, that's perfect and simple, and I love it. But apparently management didn't, so that's how we got the judge. But the Judge Jake Lindsay
was bye. So
taking on Morgan Mercy, and Morgan Mercy getting the fastest win in MPX history. And then after that, we got the 12 rings of Xmas.
No, hold up.
What?
First of all, I don't think that's actually true that she has the fastest win in MPX history. I don't think that's true, number one. And number two, You heard Jake. That didn't count. He wasn't ready.
It totally counted.
It didn't count.
It totally counted.
No.
Yeah. No, it's what happened after that didn't really count.
Oh, okay, yeah. I disagree with that.
But then we got a secondary match. I don't know if we'd say restart or second match as Morgan came back out, and they actually put on a hell of a match. When you've got the two top contenders for Rookie of the Year, to be perfectly honest with you.
Nick Nash. He was there.
He was there.
Yeah, he's in there. He's in the contendership.
He's in the contendership, yes. But when you've got the two top contenders for Rookie of the Year going at each other at the end of that year, it's just, they put on a hell of a show.
They really did. One, it was great to see Morgan back because we haven't seen her in a while. It's been probably a couple of months, I think.
Couple of months.
Because she's actually been tearing it up almost everywhere.
She's the APW Women's Champion.
Yep.
I'm going to go defend that January 7th.
Sounds like you're trying to plug something there, sir. Just a little bit. But yeah, no, it was great to see her back, and it's always great. It's always great to hear her music because as soon as you hear her music, the addicts actually really get into it. Like they love Morgan.
Oh yeah.
And I think that's also a testament to the fact, and many people think I hate women's wrestling. I don't. No. There is a lackluster of women's wrestling at MPX. So whenever we get someone, especially someone we know like Morgan, the crowd's really into it.
I'm going to say something kind of controversial, and I think part of the reason that we don't get that great or that many women at MPX has to do with the fact that we don't have a women's championship at MPX. And I know that we don't need one, but...
yeah, I was going to say, I've had this argument before. I don't think we need it because when you have women who can fight men like this, like I don't mind intergender wrestling. I like it, especially when it makes sense. Morgan's big, Jake's big. It does work.
At the same time, how many women champions have there been? And I'm talking like at all.
Are you just specific titles or just the main title?
The main title, there's been one.
Baby D. I mean, if you go way back, I think Athena had it, didn't she?
Athena had it for a night.
Yeah.
Livy Loca had it for a night, which was one of the more fun episodes.
Yeah. And then, I mean, you've had several prospects, several addicts, and several tags.
I only remember a couple of those.
Phoebe.
It's like a Phoebe and Lizzie.
Lizzie. Didn't Mach have it?
I don't know about Mach. And
I know she was a tag title, but...
I know that Mach and Baby D have both been the tag champions.
Yes.
And everything. But it's centered around certain 3 or 4.
Yeah.
And then throwaways.
Well, I mean, and even going back way before I was there, I'm pretty sure Claudia did something. I think she had a title.
Unfortunately, that was before my time.
There was
so
a lot. There was a lot of women's wrestling that did take place at the old building before I was really going. When I first, like I always talk about, when I first started going, it was Baby D, Athena, Paige Turner, and Livy. Those were like the 4 that kind of rotated in and out. They would bring in some people, like Barbie Hayden was there once. I remember that. But no,
we were going to have Sky Blue, and everything. But I was like, no, I'm not saying it's 100% necessary. I just think that it's like if we got more women, if we got a women's championship.
Yeah, maybe, but then the thing
because then they would have a reason to, be like, yeah, sure, I'll take that booking.
Yeah, but then also with that is you're going to lose a lot of the intergender matches probably because why are they going to fight when they can go for that title? Yeah. I don't think it's needed. I think what is needed is we need more. We just need more women's bookings, and we need when we do have women on the roster like Hilda, like Morgan, let them work.
And honestly, I think the women's matches that we do get need to have more stakes than just, oh, look, it's Morgan and Nova, or it's, if maybe eventually we get the Hilda versus Jinx match that we've been, has been set up since forever ago.
Yeah, that one's kind of sailed.
I know that's at this point.
That one is sailed. But no, I can agree with that. Having, them have a stake, hey, you get a Addicts title shot, you get a Prospect title shot. You get booked on the next show shot. Like, I don't know, something, I think it would be great. But, again, there is something, because remember, we always had that argument, hey, this person gets such good pop, why won't get them a lot? Well, that's why, because when they're not here a lot, the pop is bigger. Yeah, there's truth to that, but there's also kind of like, if Morgan was here, I think she would get that reaction a lot. Yeah. So I don't think it necessarily would change that much. I
mean, there are people who we see them regularly and they get the same reaction or just as big of a reaction. Yeah. Hell, we call it the silver pop for a reason.
Yeah, because no matter face or heel, it's always fucking loud.
He comes out, and he can come out every week, and people still cheer for him just as loud. So,
but yeah, again, this match was great. It was a little jarring at first, Morgan getting the win that quick. I was like, oh, really?
I'll be honest. I was looking down because I was trying to fill out the thing for the form and everything. I hear the ding, 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 and she's like, I'm like, the hell just happened?
Which, and again, that's...
I didn't even know who she was taking on from the Sons of Mayhem until Jake picked up the mic.
I was going to say, I'm not even too sure Nick or Red was even out of the ring yet. But no, it was great because we've seen that stuff before. What was it? Purple Rain with Kiefer, and who was it? Because they did that. It was back and forth. Was it Byron?
I think so, yeah. Yeah, it was that Purple Rain.
Yeah, they did that back and forth, which was cool. So I like that idea. It's just, it doesn't... I don't know. There was nothing... Why Morgan come back out? Why? Yeah. There was nothing really to say. Prove. Jake didn't even say, no, I know I can be you. You didn't. Like, he didn't really say anything to get her back out.
It's in the moment, sometimes when you're trying to think of a promo, you just kind of, go with what you think first. Right. And sometimes you don't have the moment to edit that you need to do.
Right. But the match itself I thought was good.
Yeah, the match was fantastic.
Enjoyed it. Because, again, it was in all honesty, two younger people in their careers. Morgan's only a year ahead of Jake, maybe?
Not even. She's a couple of months ahead of Jake, really. Because like I said, they were both Rookie of the Year competitors for this year.
Yeah, but wasn't Morgan technically last year?
Yeah, after the cutoff is in November, remember?
I forgot the cutoff is weird. Anyways, so it is one of those where still very young, but they put on a very good match, and it was a lot more physical than I thought it would be. And that's the thing is, Morgan's, what was that her and Fitz said? No soft sounds?
No soft sounds, only heavy metal.
Yeah, and that's a thing. So,
oh God, yes, Greg, thank you for reminding.
Yeah, I was going to say that's a great point, Greg. That vest on Nick, actually, it worked.
There were people like, why does that look good on Nick? I'm like, that's because he's a metalhead who cosplays as trailer trash.
Does he cosplay as trailer trash though? I feel like part
I
of
like
it.
Nick. So
I like Nick too, but we've talked to the man.
Yeah.
We've listened to him. Yes.
Okay.
The sounds may not mimic the actions, but the sounds are there. And I'm just going to assume it's because it's Tennessee, but still, they're there.
He gonna kill you?
I know he will. Everyone wants to kill me. That's why I don't know why I have a live mic. I don't know why people watch this. People usually hate it when I talk.
But he looked really good in that. It's like, honestly, if he were to change his character up, he could still be Nasty Nick Nash, and that was almost Nasty Boys Nick Nash.
Yeah,
right there.
Yeah.
So that was actually kind of cool.
That was.
That was a good look on you, Nick. And of course, Jake winning the second part of that match, and actually,
I don't know, one the match.
No, there were two of them.
That was actually
there were two matches.
That was the other thing is I realized it wasn't going to happen, but I was hoping maybe it was a little shorter. Jake gets win, and then they do like a 2 out of 3. So that was the thing where it did go kind of long, and it was ended, and it's over. I'm like, but they're 1-1.
But I'll be honest, I had one problem with it, and it actually wasn't this match. It was later on in the night, and we'll get to that.
Okay.
But then after that, we had the 12 Rungs of Christmas ladder match. The Confident Cards finally fighting as a tag team.
Is that actually what it was called?
12 Rungs of Christmas as a ladder.
Yeah, okay. I don't know. It was I knew when I walked in and looked up, I was like, oh yay, we're getting a ladder match.
Yeah. 12 Rungs of Christmas ladder match. The Confident Cards taking on Children of the Scorn, and this was a really good match. It was nice to see Confident Cards wrestling as a tag team, because normally at MPX, I don't know if we've ever actually gotten to see the Confident Cards
I think we've seen them once as a tag.
Yeah,
but
it's like I know we've seen them
single.
I know we've seen them tag elsewhere, but I don't know about here. But getting to see them as a tag team, they are a really good tag team, even being as young into their career as a tag team as they are.
They are a good tag team, and this is a lot of the times, like I always talk about, I was like, I know Children of Scorn are good. They're a great tag team. They normally don't have bad matches with other tag teams, but it's always that, how's the chemistry going to work?
Yeah,
exactly. They did very well with Confident Cards. The chemistry I thought was there. Very, very good to see the Confident Cards kind of get more physical. And I don't think, I don't know their whole career, but I don't think they've ever been in this type of match before. And
unlike at Heat Magnets, it really didn't have the issue of, okay, one of them's wrestling face, one of them's wrestling heel. What's going on here? Right. This one was very solidly the Confident Cards were the heels in this match. And the Children of Scorn, very much the baby faces, even if they do the tweener thing.
Yeah. And then the Tommy going through or double stomping. It was Chip through the door.
I think so.
Beautiful. Thought that was great.
I think that can probably be solved with more work as a tag team, but I do think they work well together personally. But in the end, it didn't really matter because it was Tommy Prince coming away, picking off the contract. Which
I was really hoping because it's kind of obvious. Oh, it's a tag title #1 contendership. What if it wasn't, though? What if it was he pulled it down and it's an Addicts title shot? So, therefore, he gets it because he's the one who pulled it down. I thought that would have been an interesting little idea and thing. Because, again, it's gift wrapped. You don't know what it is. They just said...
Or a Prospect title.
Yeah, Prospect, Addicts, MPX title, whatever. Match you're choosing. Then he could go, okay, cool. Well, me and Gabe won a tag title shot. I thought it would have been a little different because immediately
pick your poison.
You pull it down, you're like, okay, it's going to be a tag title. I really hope it's not, but it is. And sure enough, it's tag title. And it's also for a pretty far date. It's like the last one in January, I think.
I think so. I actually didn't hear it clearly for a moment. I thought they'd said next week.
No.
And I'm just like, But
I
next
want to
week
say it definitely is not the retro show, because retro show it has no bearing on storylines. This show doesn't exist.
It's non-canon. Yeah.
Oh yeah, you're weird, nerdy.
28th.
Weird, nerdy. Yeah, it's 28th.
28th.
28th?
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, it was a little weird that it was announced that far in advance. So it's one of those
it's happened
where
before.
It has, but it's one of those where I guess my brain starts going. It's like, oh, so is someone dropping the titles? Are they going to have to put the thing on the line and lose? Like it's a very weird date, which of course we don't know. Maybe the 20th is one of the big shows. Who knows?
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a little interesting. Again, it was great. I thought the ladder match was good.
Mm-hmm. Then we had the MPX Addicts Championship match, the match that we'd been looking forward to, even without an announcement for it.
That's my biggest thing. Is this match
should have been announced?
Should have been announced, or let it build a little more. Because again, this is
I can agree with that.
One of the best feuds to kick off 2023. Honestly, Exodus and Kari. Match was good. It is something that I know these two will have great chemistry and kill it, and they did. I want a little more. Mm-hmm. Even if it was Kari winning by countout or Kari winning by DQ, something to keep it going. But now you have Exodus kind of flat out winning.
I'm hoping that this isn't the end of it. Because,
I hope
is that whole, especially with that whole speech that Exodus gave Kari when Kari turned on him. And everything.
Right.
That was he's like, get yourself a target and go for that target and don't let anything get in your way. Mm-hmm. It's like, so he lost this one. So he just tries again.
Yeah.
I mean, we've kind of almost done away with the no rematch clause anyway.
Yeah, kind of, until it, gives a storyline purpose.
Yeah.
But yes, this definitely was match of the night.
Yes.
Because again, and like I said, it's something I knew. I knew Kari and Exodus would kill it. They have amazing chemistry as a tag team. The little bits and pieces we've seen them in the ring are good. It's just something I really, if this would have just been built a little more, I'm telling you, 2023 feud of the year, it could have already been there. Mm-hmm. Hopefully it's not over. It's just one of those where it's like, where do we go from now? Because Exodus kind of won. It was a great back and forth match, but he did win decisively. Mm-hmm. It's not like, Kari's foot was under the rope. They still counted 3. He has a chance,
Yeah.
There's real no argument for Kari to get another shot at Exodus other than
he just wants it.
Other than he just wants it, or
and you know what?
Pisses him off and goes Exodus and to do it.
I'll be perfectly honest with you. That is a damn good enough reason for me.
Yep. I mean, I guess it's just, I don't know. I think we could have had an amazing story out of this.
I agree.
And I feel like it was kind of rushed.
And I'll be honest, it's like there were some points in this match in which I was thinking, it's like, well, I mean, Exodus is getting more popular on TV. I mean, I've heard some of the dirt sheets, and one of them I completely disagree with.
I read one thing I hated.
That Bleacher Report bullshit. The most ineffective Transformer.
That one, but no, there was one I read on the site I go to where they're like, oh, no. Well, yeah, they did it for Exodus, too. They were saying no one knew who he was. The other one was the ROH pay-per-view where they were saying no one knew who Jerome was. Why was he in this match? It didn't make sense. I'm like,
you don't know who he is.
Yeah, exactly. Just because you don't know. But that crowd, especially that crowd, because it was in Garland, it was in Texas, they knew all 4 of those men. Mm-hmm. I mean, I know Shane's technically not Texas, but he is. Keith Lee, Shane Taylor, Jerome Daniel, they are Texas wrestling for
I was going to say, the only one of them
4 or 5 years
Texas wrestling is
Shane
Swerve.
Strickland, yeah. But there was a good history and good build to that. If you pay attention to the videos they did, if you pay attention to just their Facebooks and Instagrams and Twitters, you knew how important Jerome was to Keith and Shane.
Yeah.
It made sense. So for that, I read that and I was like, oh, that's dumb. And then, because I had seen which granted it's fan footage, so it may not translate it on TV. There was loud Exodus chants when he was there in Garland. Mm-hmm. So it's one of those where
it is Garland.
You can't say people don't know who he is when there are people chanting. Yeah. Now, granted, it may not be loud enough for TV, or they may even turn down the fucking crowd
because they want you to hear.
Wardlow's supposed to be the big guy.
Yeah.
So,
but one of the things I really loved was the fact that the dirt sheet, the aggregate site that I follow, Wrestle Talk, they didn't have a whole lot to say about his match with Hook because it's like it really wasn't a whole lot to it. He was squashed by Hook.
I was going to say Hook goes out there, does judo flips and suplexes, which is great. I like Hook. I really do. I think if they do him right, the way they did MJF, they built right. It was someone who had great mic skills, decent in the ring. They built it and built it and built it, and so now that he is the guy, they can do that with Hook too.
Oh, easily.
Because Hook has the look. He's got good ring. It's his
I'm going to say something that's probably controversial.
Opposite of MJF.
I'm going to say something that's going to probably be controversial. And the one thing I think could help Hook is get rid of Taz.
See, I don't know. I think he needs a mouthpiece, and despite what people think, Taz actually is funny and good and can talk. Good,
but at the same time, that's his son, so people are looking at this as Hook's nothing more than a nepo baby.
Yeah, maybe, but I mean, I don't know. I could see that, but I think, like I said, if they. Yes, this will piss a lot of people off. Hook is a lot like Chris Benoit in the fact that he is really, really good in the ring, but man, he has no mic skills, he has no character, he has no charisma. But he can learn and develop that, and he can do it. Like I said, to me, Hook and MJF are complete opposites. MJF needed work in the ring, but man, his character and charisma and mic skills was out there. Hook is the opposite. Hook is good in the ring. He needs that character work and that mic skill and that charisma.
Yeah. But I think you could easily get him another one like that. I mean, if William Regal were still around, he'd be perfect as William Regal's new project.
Well, William Regal's about to run WWE.
Yeah, I know.
He's about to be number 2 in WWE.
I am looking forward to 2024.
Number 3. I was going to say number 3.
I'm looking forward to 2024.
Yeah, when he can be on air again.
Yes. I want to hear those 2 words.
Oh, they still play it. They played War Games last time, and he was in AEW. You'll hear it. You don't. That's actually the thing I'm most excited about William Regal going back to WWE is he's not going to be on. He's not going to be on there. He's just going to be running everything backstage. And William Regal's one of the brightest minds they have.
He is absolutely. But it's like I think he would. He does need a mouthpiece right now to help him. Grow into the role of being an entertainer as much as a wrestler.
And to bring it all back.
And as good as Taz is, there's that conflict of interest kind of feel to it. And I think he would do good with having a...
Yeah, but sometimes those
look what happened to Dominic.
Yeah, but again, sometimes those storylines work because now, you have that, but now you can have it where they split. Like they did, where Dominic is now with Rhea and everything, and against Ray. I think build it a little more because, again, that's something Dominic lacks.
Yeah.
There's no character and charisma and mic skills. And ring is all right.
Sorry about the diatribe. We're not doing Rehab After Dark tonight because we got other things we need to do. But yeah. But Wrestle Talk had the greatest line of all the reviews of that match was Hook squashed Exodus Prime, which is a hell of a ring name.
It is.
And it is. I've always thought so.
It's a great ring name. And again, I think the thing I loved about Exodus with his match with Wardlow and his match with Hook is it showed how well that man can sell. Because that's been one of my favorite things about him ever since I've seen him.
Oh, yeah. No, he's fantastic at it. But Exodus Prime coming away with the win on this one. Like you said, fairly definitively. I'm hoping that they pick this back up.
And like I said, I wouldn't say... I hate saying definitively because it was so back and forth. And there were times where I'm like, holy shit. They're actually going to give it to Card.
Yeah.
And there was, reversals on the finish and everything. It was great. But yeah, Exodus still won. There was no, Kari's foot was on the rope or Kari almost kicked out. It just, it's kind of where do we go from there? Yeah.
And now we have the penultimate match, which this is the one I had a slight issue with, and that's simply because of how one part of the match happened. Everything else was just fine. Everything else was great. Red Chambers taking on the Texas Chainsaw Sky de Lacrimosa. And it was, it was like Red trying to run and get a count out.
Well, he did. He got the count out.
But then the match gets restarted.
Yeah, because of some little elf.
Yeah, because of Mikey. Said Mikey doesn't like how this ended. Well, he's restarting the match. It's like we just had that involving the Sons of Mayhem already of a match restarting in a fashion. Yeah, even if it was a little, it was like a little bit of a different context, it was still the same kind of spot.
Yeah, a little bit. But yeah, this one had the whole, I guess, storyline purpose to it because we had videos earlier where pretty much, Mikey was mad at the Sons of Mayhem, hence why he restarted this one.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that video happened after Jake's match. I think. I don't know. I can't remember. But that was the one thing I did like about were the videos.
It was like right before Jake's match. I thought there was going to be something with that match that...
Okay. So...
Yeah.
But yeah, no, the videos I thought were good because I always love seeing the Kids of Mayhem involved, just for a simple fact that it was one of Kirby's last things and how much he loved the kids camp and everything. So to see that continue and see them get involved more is always great. It
was.
Especially in little things like this. Like we had, God, what was it? The Stranger Things thing they did. Was
for Halloween.
Yeah, Halloween. Yeah, somewhere around there. Having, the kids do the Christmas show, I thought was great. But yeah, having, the little elf Langley, whatever his name is going to be.
Bad elf.
Yeah.
Mikey B's personal own elf.
There you go.
Yeah. And it was like this one, it led to a Falls Count Anywhere match, which that was awesome.
Exactly. Because again, it's Sky. So obviously Falls Count Anywhere is going to be great with him. And then it's Red, who we haven't seen him a lot this time, but Red loves these type of matches and he's good at them. I mean, we saw, what was it, last year, he almost won Match of the Year with Silver in that casket match. Red can do these and he can do them well.
Oh, yeah.
And he has a fucking death wish. Like, you can't kill him.
Honestly,
he kind of is the new Silver. Like, he can't fucking die.
That's very true. Even more so than even Tommy Prince.
Now, granted, I haven't seen him get hung off a balcony yet, but hey, there's still time.
We'll see. Yeah. He's young. Give him time. But
remember, mortality, that shit's going to run out, apparently, according to Dave. So
that's what Dave says. But,
Silver still pops up like nothing ever happens.
I was going to say, it's like Jason's still running around. So, but this one went pretty much everywhere. I had to move out of the way.
Now, you didn't have to, you chose to.
Okay, look, I want to be involved with the show, but not that involved, okay?
See, I'm kind of a plant. I don't really like moving. Like, once I'm seated, I'm seated. It's going to take a lot for me to move. But yeah, so, you didn't have to. It was fine. But yeah, Sky and Red going everywhere. The thing that kind of I thought was a little weird was the fact that Nick and Jake are out there and don't really get involved.
Yeah.
Which is is not what the Sons of Mayhem have been doing ever since they become the Sons of Mayhem. It's always usually been 3-on-1 or 3-on-2. Like, they've always played the numbers game. And this is the one match they don't. In a Falls Count Anywhere, anything goes type match, and they don't get involved. It was a little weird.
There was a little bit of, and like even Greg points out that this one didn't have a whole lot of sense, in which there were weapons, there were no countouts and everything like that, but there was a 5 count on the rope, which that one I will argue that's referee instinct.
It's either instinct or
like 80% of the matches that they're going to do, there's going to be the rope count, and so it's like muscle memory to start counting as soon as you see that.
I mean, it's either instinct or it's you've heard people, and granted it's a cover, but you also have the cover of, it's referee's discretion. Like, it's either one. But it's one of those where it is kind of something minute that only people like me, you, and obviously I guess Greg now points out. But it is, again, I like the match. Thought it was good. It was probably my second favorite match of the night because Exodus and Kari just fucking killed it. But it's also, I guess a little biased because it's Sky. But it was a good match. It's something that we've seen Red and Sky have great matches before.
Yeah.
It's something that they could build on this. Obviously, the tag titles, Sons of Mayhem and Lost Boys, something could be there. Who knows? Now you got Children of Scorn. So, but no, it's definitely great, exciting. It was a good, I guess, little Christmas gift to have that chaos, because that is what a lot of addicts love, is just chaos all around the arena.
Yeah, and it was a lot of fun. Sky still coming away with the win, and he pinned not in the middle of the ring.
Yeah, literally dragged him to the stage where everyone would see. Smart. I love that because I've had that argument before on the show.
Yep.
And a Falls Count Anywhere match, why is it always in the ring? Oh, because it's on the stage and you can see it. Okay, but what is the point of a Falls Count Anywhere then? Fucking pin him outside and take a camera and show it on the fucking screen. Like, what is the point of Falls Count Anywhere when you can't do it?
I agree.
So having that,
it's like hell, he could have pinned him on the concessions counter.
Yeah, exactly.
Everybody could have seen that.
Yeah, as long as the shoulders are down, fine. But yeah, I thought that was great doing it and then dragging him and doing it. That was beautiful.
And it was really good. And then we had the last bit of the night.
Giving the baseball bat light to our
the
Christmas
baseball bat. That was really awesome. I love
cool.
that. And then we had the main event of the night, which was actually supposed to be just Mikey and Sammy B, because now it's Sammy B.
Yeah.
I mean,
it always was, wasn't it?
It was just Sammy.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I thought that's what fans just chanted because they didn't want to do the extra letter. Addicts are lazy.
Sammy B. They chanted Mikey B all the time.
Addicts are lazy.
But it's like he came out and he was going to give a gift to all the elves, and it was absolutely nothing. Obviously.
Well, yeah, they didn't deserve anything.
Yeah, but
have you met some of them? They're
but Mikey got a gift himself, as his bestie in the whole world.
Yeah, who wasn't allowed in the building
party just to see him.
He wasn't allowed.
What?
The elves were supposed to keep him from in there.
No. The elves were supposed to let him in.
No. They were supposed to be.
They were supposed
to be on Langley's side
sure and make sure he got in and everything like that. They had a conversation about it and everything.
They did that wrong. I did love how that went on. It just was a little. I feel like that video played maybe a little early because he's already.
Or we should have, if we could have gotten more.
Yeah, if we got more of him just trying to hide around the back or something, because literally they played that halfway through, so we all know he's there. Like, why not? I don't know, hide in the crowd or hide in the back, show more videos or something. I felt that probably should have been played like right after the Sky Match before Mikey came out.
Of story.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So that's a very, very minor thing. But again, I loved the kids getting involved. Thought they did very well, as they always have, because again, they're fucking kids and they're doing shit that most adults can't even do, so it's great.
It's that whole thing of we have at least a level of respect for anybody who can get in the ring and just do it in the first place.
I was trying to think of the one name. I don't, but I can't right now. It's yours too, but I can't remember his name now.
There are people we don't like, but at the same time, I still do have that grudging respect of they got in the ring. They went through it. They went through the training.
Yeah.
It's when people don't get the training and then try to get into the ring.
Oh, yeah. But yeah, thought the match itself was good. It's always... I think what I really liked about this version of the Kids of Mayhem and everything getting involved is the fact that they had a good and a bad. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like Langley was kind of the evil one or whatever, bad, whatever we're calling them. And then you had the other three, which maybe it's because it's Christmas or maybe the kids camp kind of lessened. But is that the four we have now? Like, are there more still? I don't know. I haven't seen it lately.
Honestly, it's like it wasn't really.
Because
excuse you.
Did you get attacked?
Stop that.
Because I felt like Stranger Things, there was, God, what, like 10 maybe?
Well, we also had the story, there's like, we had other trainees, like from the main training class involved in that as well.
Yeah, true. But
it felt bigger than just
and again, and maybe because it's Christmas, because people actually do spend time with families and stuff like that.
Easy.
This just happens to be my family, so.
Ditto.
And plus, it was somewhat bad weather, and I wasn't chancing driving on ice in Austin, so.
Yeah.
But yeah, I liked that involvement. I like seeing that different side of seeing how they work and everything, and how young they are and how well they can do. Mm-hmm. I thought it was great. And then, of course, Locke and Mikey killed it. They're good. The chemistry is there. There's something, I don't know. Matt and Red, I think so far are the best matchups for me. There's just something about those matchups that just are so great. Mikey's close to that with Locke, but it's not anywhere where I think it should be. It just, I guess the physicalness of Mikey isn't where I would like it for something that's supposed to be such a grudge match.
Yeah.
Like, this is one of those I'm hoping.
I mean, at the same time, this is the same grudge in which, Mikey slammed Matt in the face with a chair.
Yeah. That's what I should always want to see with Mikey against Locke. Not necessarily the chair shot, obviously, because why you take a chair shot to the face, I don't know. Bravo, Locke, but
man's got a hard head. It bleeds easy, but it's a hard head.
Yes, that is true. But I feel like with Mikey, there's just not that aggression that should be there. And hopefully this match is with the kids getting involved. This definitely is not going to be the end of this. Hopefully, we're going to get this feud continuing.
I agree. I would love to have a grudge match, like a straight up grudge match between these two, in which it's a little heavier of a match, rather than just a sudden oh you want to fight, let's fight then, and everything.
Yeah,
I almost expected Mikey to powder again. Yeah, but. We got the Christmas present of finally actually getting the match between the two.
Yeah, which I guess thank you, Mikey B, for that Christmas gift.
But that puts them at 1-1. So
I mean, yeah. So we'll definitely see what happens. But yeah, a lot getting in, and yeah, I said that last week. I'm not a fan of camo, so I don't like it.
To each their own. To each their own.
Just not a fan.
We still need Hilda to snag Sammy.
Yeah, I don't know. Last time they were together, they were friends, it looked like.
Yeah, not really friends, but at least on the same page.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. But that was a very Mikey B Christmas, and it was a great show.
It was.
If nothing else. It's
matches no emo, but hey, it was good.
It was entertaining as all hell. Matches, not every match was match of the night, sure, but you know what? They were all entertaining at the very least.
Yeah, they were entertaining, and then like I said, every match had some type of bright spot or something I loved. Like I said, yes, my favorite match is Exodus and Kari, but I think the one that took me most by surprise is Phil and Levi because of how good I thought Phil looked.
Yeah.
Because I understand I've been very hard on Phil. So I was super impressed with that match with him. So, yeah.
Okay. But don't forget to get your tickets for next week, ladies and gentlemen. We can't really talk about it because we
don't know anything. All we know is it's wrestlers from the past.
Yep. Retroplex Wrestling.
So,
not to be confused with a certain other show that came on previously in previous
apparently
years.
That's how we get canceled because I said it last time and got yelled at.
Yeah.
But no, if you've never seen the retro shows, I'm pretty sure they're still on the network. Check them out because they're just fun.
A lot of fun.
And I said, they aren't necessarily canon. They don't really have say or anything like that, which for the most part is kind of true. I think there was only one match one year where they continued a storyline.
Yeah, there was one that actually did have a...
it's the only light tube incident in MPX, so that was great.
No, there was the light tubes at the Bunkhouse Brawl that we can't talk about.
Yeah, that's the one.
That wasn't at Time Warp, though.
Yeah, it was because they were supposed to be Raven and Dreamer, and they scrapped it and just went as themselves.
No, because it was
Wasn't
Kinsey versus...
Yeah.
But
That's it.
No, it wasn't Retroplex.
It wasn't retro?
No, because I wasn't there directly.
Okay.
I was at the...
I thought it was.
I was at the
Never
DCW
mind.
show, which I regret, I'll be honest.
Never mind.
Actually, no, I don't regret that because that's when I started talking to Dave.
Really? At DCW?
Yeah, of all places.
Yeah.
He actually came and sat down and talked to me, and it's like I became friends with Ian Reed and talked to a whole bunch of people that I normally didn't get to talk to. So hey, it worked out.
Yeah.
But get your tickets for this weekend, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know if
Either
there's going to be a pre-show.
Show.
It's going to be a lot of fun. Enjoy yourselves. It's New Year's Eve, and it's going to be a party on
Get
its own.
drunk after MPX.
You're one to talk.
I'm never drunk at MPX. I get drunk after.
Because that's when you take the final drink.
Yeah, Christmas sucked.
Either way, keep it kayfabe, wrestling fans. We'll see you next year.
See you Saturday. It's not next year yet.
Well, okay, we'll see them as us, but not on Rehab. Jeez.
Oh, okay.
Mark out.
Pushing this whole into the thing, aren't you?
Oh.
Just